Hey guys. All right. So I'm definitely gonna trust my intuition this time. And I'm be as short and to the point as possible with my initial um interpretation of the cards. So what I'll do, I'll lay them out and then I'll kind of sit and try to get like a vibe so I don't feel like rushed or you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm on the spot. I can relax and I can kind of just go into it. And immediately when this first card came out, this is the first card that I pulled right here. When this first card came out, I immediately got the vibe. It's the same one, the same dude from that yesterday. It was like a two guy reading. It was like King of Cups and a King of Swords. This is that guy. Okay, and what I heard immediately was redemption. So listen to me. This guy will come to you and he's gonna claim, redemption and he's it looks like he's saying he's done a lot of work and he's not too proud of a lot of things. Kind of been working on himself, that part of him's gone. If they do come back, this when I on the bottom of the deck it was like this, but when I closed it it was like this. So I opened it up because this was I could see this, so I opened it up and I see how it's like half. That's how it was. I kind of feel like he's trying to just test your boundaries right now. Whether or not this guy has put any work in, I don't think it matters at this point. I think he's just trying to see, how gone is gone at this point. Yeah. 5 Pentacles. Oh, no. Let me take this out. Oh, I don't know why I took the Page of Swords out. I think he's watching you. Trying to see what you're doing. Maybe what you know. This guy is, let me tell you, this guy is smart. He really is, and he's observant. He's very observant. Very smart. Very, let's see. So he's either, it's almost... I heard profiling, so it is. It's almost like he's kind of created this like psychological workup of you. Maybe, I don't know. This might be someone you've dealt with before, because it's almost like not taunting, but it's like he looks at you, it's almost like he looks at you like, yeah, go ahead and pick the sword up and cut it off, like go ahead. It's weird. It's like a weird there might be some mention of like a lot of time and effort and work has been put in, like why would you just throw all of it away? He's real. They're concerned. They're right there. I feel like if this is the same guy from that last reading, he's talking to somebody else. So it might even be that other guy. Trying to see how much you know, how much wisdom you gained, how much clarity you have. Well, there's all those birds I'm looking at all again. Huh. What else should I? Okay. This guy might have done some work on himself if he did, but let me tell you, he is far from being done with shenanigans and, it's still kind of, it's not like shenanigans, like he's going out, like he could be, but like as far as like understanding and moving in a way that's like, I really don't like to throw around toxic, I think it's overused, you know what I mean, but like there are certain things maybe about this person that are kind of like, because a lot of people will consider this like a like I said before, I've always said fives are tough. All the fives are really tough. So they would think, oh, it's conflict and it's opposition, and it could be, but like it also could be just not really knowing what to do. Some people are doing this and some people are doing this. It's nobody's really working together. So it's like the blind leading the blind, and it's maybe he just doesn't have like a lot of people around him that are really on the straight and narrow, or in a not toxic kind of a mentality, or maybe it's just that he has some bad influences around him, or it's some habits that really the Eight of Pentacles is about mastery, and it's really about working really hard, and it's kind of like when you're learning to master, you're trying to perfect a craft. You haven't gotten there yet, but you're doing the daily steps, the things you need to be doing to get there, right? It might not be that he's lying, and that might be why it comes off sounding truthful. But he's far from what looks like to me. I just lifted up I should have held it up so you could see it, but I just lifted up, and it was it's five petals. 5 pentacles, is that what it was? Where was it? It was like right there. 6 pentacles, I'm sorry. 6 pentacles. So they actually might still be kind of working through some kind of a karma situation. I don't know if they're learning a lesson, or if they're wrapping one up, or they're like not completely done with it, or out, or like whatever it is. Like I hope this guy ain't the guy I was in that one reading where he was like trying to find somebody to cheat with. I swear. Oh. Wow. Wow. So, I mean, regardless, if he's done the work or not, it shows. I'll give him, he's done something. I don't know how I feel about the motivations of it, though. The intentions, like, what am I at time wise? 8 minutes. Like, I keep getting these readings that like they're not cut and dry. Like, it looks very cut and dry, and then I'm always like, oh, I should have just gone on my instinct. But that's the problem here, and that's how this is gonna look to you. This is gonna look like immediate intuition on this person, and you're gonna go, yes, this is how I feel. This is what it is. That's truth. And then something's gonna happen, and it's almost like, I heard benefit of the doubt. So it's almost like, maybe as a courtesy, you even just, I'll give him I'll hear him out. I'll hear what he has to say, right? And that's like all he's banking on. That's all he wants. That's it. That's all he needs, right? It's the foot in the door. I'm telling you. I am itchy right now. all he needs is like in like, you know, in like a court, you know, like in lard and stuff, like when you're in and like all they're trying to prove is just put like like doubt. That's all like the defense has to do is like, we're not saying he didn't kill him. We're just saying, could it have been something else? All you need is a little bit of doubt. All this guy needs is a little bit of, you know, compassion or you know, I don't, it's like this, her banking on it. He's banking on this. Is he? I'm hearing like he's motivated by something. What though? But what? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have a lot of money. Maybe you. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know what they would be motivated to like do this to you. And like, if this is the same guy from that last reading, like, why bring it? Why? Oh. I'm just trying to see what I should know. Ugh. Okay. So, despite what maybe it happened between you guys, I don't think they feel like it ended good, but it's hard to not remember how good it was, maybe, or like how happy they were. Okay, now I can move on. I wasn't allowed to move on to these till I saw. I feel like this person maybe feels like they've kind of been a little stuck, a little wounded, and not just like emotionally, maybe financially, maybe like in all areas of their life they feel kind of that's where like growth stopped, or that's where like I don't know if they realize that that's how they're perceiving it. Because like if you look at it here, the hangman, like it's the hangman is always like you're in a place, but it's ultimately because you're trying to learn something, and that's the reason you're there. You're stuck there. I don't know if they, in this again, it might be tied. That feels very like karma kind of thing. Like I don't understand. Wounded. I heard wounded. Oh, there's that Six of Pentacles again. Ten of Cups. Maybe this guy felt like he really couldn't give you or he doesn't know how to give you. He's not capable or wasn't back then capable, because that's Six of Pentacles. It's, you know, reverse like that. It's like a feeling of not able to, like, you can't give something you don't have. You know what I mean? So I mean, if that Ten of Cups is kind of what you were after, or they were, where it fits, you know, emotional fulfillment, that, you know, happy life kind of, they just weren't capable. They didn't have the skills. They didn't have the ability. And it doesn't mean they do now. Like, I don't want you to start being like, oh, there's hope. That is not what the fuck I said. So whoever is thinking that, you can just stop, because that is not what I said. I said that this person knew they couldn't give you what you wanted. So the real question is, why are they still fucking with you then? Not, oh, they can change. No. If I had a squirt bottle or a newspaper, I'd hit you. No. No. Oh, okay. What, 16 minutes? Yeah, great. Okay. I don't know. Whoever you guys are messing with, ugh. I mean, this guy feels very, I don't know if it's a guy, but I'm just going to say guy because it's, you know, the King of Swords, you know, it just seems very, they're not done. Needs more time in the oven. It's not, you know, they might be coming around looking for some healing. They might be coming around looking because they know they always felt real good after being with you. But if they already know, they're already telling you, they already know they can't give you, you know, what you're looking for. So why entertain it? I mean, of course, unless that's consciously what you want, is just some, you know, nothing, you know, okay, maybe see you next time you're in town, I guess. I probably won't talk to you much, but thanks. Then whatever, do what you want. But that's not obviously what you want, because they knew that's what you wanted, and that's why it didn't work the first however many fucking times you tried it. But they would play on that. Maybe they figured you just kind of hang around and stick around until they were done, you know, whatever the fuck this was that they were doing, you know? Whatever they were having to work off doing with that karma. Okay, advice. Let's move on to advice for this situation. Advice for this situation, other than don't sleep with them. What advice can I tell them? They're definitely looking for healing. They're definitely, I don't know if their conscience is eating them up. I don't know if they're just, you know, really afraid that this time, like, you're fucking serious. Like, this shit's done. Maybe because you figured out their little game, their little plan, you know, it's just like, ugh, okay, I'm bored with this now. So, moving on. Thank you, next. And maybe that's why it's kind of like, you know, blowing the alarm. It's like, uh-oh, this one's getting away. How can I help? Well, okay. All right. For those of you that, you're just, you know, you're fine with leaving it just where it was, you know, and you're just looking for kind of like, oh, well, how do I just move on? You know, it's even if they come back, just, understanding is what I'm hearing, of what they were, what they are, what, that Knight of Wands, that, you can't really be mad at something or hold a grudge against something for what it is. It's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be okay to do if somebody came along and was mad at you for being you. You don't get to do that. Everybody is themselves, and it's not really your job or your right to judge what they are, or it doesn't make them a bad person. The fact that this person doesn't have the same vision as you doesn't make them a bad person. It might make them an incompatible person for a relationship for you, which that's fine. There are other people, these type of people. I don't. This is someone who I think might know that they're very non-committal. They're very in and out. I don't know. This whole thing feels very messy, and because nobody was upfront and honest. Like, I feel like if from the very beginning it was just like, this is what it is, this is what I'm about, take it or leave it, you or the other person, whatever, would have been like, okay, no thank you, or yeah, sure, and it would have been, the no strings attached or whatever, we would have worked out. The way that this transpired, I don't know, it almost feels unnecessary. But I know nothing is not unnecessary. Like, everything serves a purpose. It's kind of curious, honestly, because it's like, well, why? So, accept them for who and what they are, for whatever group you're in. This doesn't, if you're like, that's not going to help me, then it's not for you. This is for the people that are like, they're ready to move on. They're ready to have something new. They're ready to, meet someone else, or just explore their options, or even just, continue being happily, whatever they're doing. Like, that's for that group. That's your advice. If you're not in that group, don't worry about it. Let's see. Some of you, I might want to go outside. You might need to go outside. Like, get some of that energy out of you. You really got to ground yourself and have some fun. You need some fun. What else can we do? Spontaneous fun. Night of Wands, spontaneous fun. That's like, you're driving along and you're like, you see a billboard and you're like, oh, 15 miles to, the world's largest peanut. Yeah, I'll pull over and look at it. Something ridiculous, something, that you would not count on, but you're split second, you're like, yeah, let's go do that. Those are those kind of, Knight of Wands experiences that are like, just like, all right, we're doing it right now. But they're fun, and they're, it's usually not like not put a whole lot of thought into this. You're just doing it. Do more of that. Maybe you won't be so, judgy on this person, because that's how they function. Life is like a big stop on the highway to them. All right, yeah. So, listen. For those of you that, are kind of just like, how do I proceed here? This guy's coming out of nowhere, and what should I do? I would just kind of continue worrying about yourself. I would accept and be okay with the person that they are, you know, have a good time reminiscing. It's almost like, you know, like after like you lose someone and like you get past like the thinking about them where you cry and you start to like you thinking about them and you're starting to think about times like that, like it's like different stages of grief, but you're kind of like reaching the stages of grief where it's like acceptance. That's where you're at. And it's like how you're going to do that is by being thankful and understanding, and it's almost like this really pretty unbinding, you know. It's like, all right, well, I'm ready not to be down here anymore, standing here all blindfolded and you know, cold and wet and yucky. I'm gonna go get my nice clothes on and I'm gonna go for a ride, and you know, felt cute, might get married later. You know, you don't. That's the vibe I get. It's like, well, okay, I'll take a page, you know, a page out of his Knight of Wands book, and I'll heal and I'll move forward and I'll have a really really great time doing it. That's how it feels. It feels. Well, look, 4 wands in the Emperor. So I mean, you might be on your way after you really learn to like get over this. You might be on your way to meeting somebody that's really gonna be like so great. You're gonna be like, I'm not sure why I really was so hung up here, because they obviously can't give me what I'm looking for. Yeah, guys, this is way longer than I wanted it to be. It's ugh, but I do hope it was able to help, or at least unpack, or give you a heads up. You know, it's, if anything, I think it's just that it was a heads up for someone to be like, look, this guy's gonna do this. Be compassionate and understanding and grateful and you know, all that, but thanks for the memories. What is that song? Yeah, I'm hearing that song heavy right now. What else can let me think here. I just feel like there's something else that you can do. Give me a minute. Nature stuff. I'm really getting a lot of nature stuff. Like, look at the stars. If you can just sneak out of your house for 5-10 minutes, just look at the stars. You know, go lay in the grass. Go, like, and these things don't have to take a lot of time, and nobody has to see you do it. Just enjoy nature. It's like, it's the nicest and easiest way you can like kind of clear out your whole body, and it's always worth it, even if it's just for a few minutes, right? Fresh air, it'll clear your head. I like it. All right, I hope this was able to help. Yeah, all right, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.